There's a lot of emotions within the 27. The 2 is the emotion of being the victim, not feeling loved and supported. The 7, there's a feeling of a lot of frustration with the 7. And then 2 and 7 together are a 9, which means that you'll be feeling the impacts of the 9 at 27. And the 9 is an extremely emotional place to be. The 9 is somebody that holds on to a lot of past emotions and will struggle to let those emotions go. So it is quite an emotional year, 27. You're going to be on an emotional ride at 27. But that's in low frequency. And in low frequency, yes, it can feel like a challenge, but it is something that is making you stronger. It's something that's giving you the tools to be able to overcome these lessons that you'll be learning from these numbers. Because so the 2 is about, in low frequency, again, it feels like there's a lack of support and there's a lack of love. The number 2 is all about connecting to your energetic self. Connecting to that part of yourself that is the universe. The 1, because the 2 is after the 1, is the human self, is the ego self. But the 2 is the energetic self. So at the moment, your challenge within your 20s, so it's throughout your 20s, will be to connect to your energetic self. Not allow your ego self, the human self, the flesh self, to have so much say in what's happening. Yes, you can have some people that are leaving your life. You can have some people that haven't been particularly nice to you. You can have some people, you could have had experiences, especially with the 9, you could have had experiences that are really emotional to you. But the thing about the 2 is reminding yourself that you are an energetic being, you are the universe, and that the universe has always got your back. You are one. There is no separation. So sometimes we can feel with the 2 that we're not being supported or loved, but you are love itself. You are being supported completely, entirely, all the time, infinitely by the universe. So yes, there can be times that we're not feeling as the human, that we're getting the support that we need, but remember, or that we would want. But always remind yourself that you are an energetic being, that the universe always has your back, that you're always being supported, you are loved, you're always loved, and that the signs and synchronicities will always be showing themselves to you. So it'll always be messages. You ask a question to the universe will always send the answer. It may come through somebody, it may come through a program you watch, it may come through a song, it may come from just you seeing something. You will always see signs of loved ones from the other side supporting you. You may see an animal that represents that person that's passed. You may see number synchronicities. There's so many different ways of us being able to receive messages from spirit or from the universe. So it's about connecting to those signs and synchronicities, because that's one of the easiest ways to remind ourselves that we are energy, that we are loved, that we are supported, that we are one. We are whole. We're everything we need to be. And yes, sometimes, like I said, it can feel very difficult in the physical world, but remind yourself that you are connected to source energy. Pay attention to the signs and synchronicities, and it does help. It does help to feel that love within you, to feel that support, to feel that guidance as we're walking along. The 7 is that there will be things that you work on within the 7. The 7 is action. We take action towards the things that we want. So there will be things that you're working on with the 7. But these things that you're working on, are you or will you be taking the fearful action towards them or inspired action towards them? For example, if you were looking for a job, then fearful action would be that you wake up in a mood that you're upset that you have to be looking for a job, and that you're struggling to find a job, and you don't know if you're going to get the job today, and there's no motivation behind it. There is no inspiration behind it. There is just pure frustration that you're in this situation. And what exudes from you and what your belief system will be telling you is that this is what you have to do to get a job, and this is the energy of what you have to put in to get a job. And it will feel really, really, really frustrating. And the more you sit in that frustration, the more you're not attracting a job, the more you're going to feel crappy about the situation that you're in. So the 7 is a message of perseverance and patience. It's about putting that effort in, inspired effort in, inspired action, and trusting with the patience, trusting that the effort that you're putting in is getting you somewhere. You are attracting a job. You're not looking for a job. You're attracting a job from that action that you're taking. In higher frequency, it won't feel frustrating. It will feel inspired. It will feel like, yeah, come on, let's do this. You'll have motivation to do it. You'll feel inspired to do it. The 7 is also, it's like you feel inspired to do something, so you go and do that. You want a job. You feel inspired to go to the supermarket, but you're like, in lower frequency, you would be like, no, I have to look for this job. I have to do this today. This is what I'm meant to do today. But your intuition is saying, well, go to the supermarket and have a little rest. And you're like, no, I have to do this. If you just sit there in that frustration is growing. But if you did go to that supermarket, that inspiration, you don't know what you're going to meet along the way. You don't know who you're going to meet along the way. You don't know what conversations you're going to have along the way. And maybe at some point on that trip, that inspired trip, something comes up that you're actually offered a job. But when you sit in that frustration, then nothing can come out of that frustrated feeling other than frustration. So the 7 is about learning that ability to be patient, to trust that what you're asking for is yours already. I know the job is mine already. I know I am attracting it. The job is here, you're attracting it, and you were here. Yes, I know it's mine, and sooner or later it's yours. But if you're here and the job is here, the attraction is here, but you're looking here, they're not in the same place. It's very difficult to then get that job. So with the 7, it's about mastering the patience, trusting in what it is you're working towards, and using your intuition to guide you. The 9 of 2 and 7 is a message of come on in out of the rain. It's that you have worked from this place of being extremely independent. So it's very difficult for the 9 to ask for help, and it's very difficult for the 9 to receive help. If somebody asks you, do you want help? You're likely to say no, because there's this independence that the 9 holds on to with everything it can, because it doesn't want to get hurt anymore. It doesn't want to get let down. It doesn't want to be cheated on. It doesn't want to be lied to. All of these people from your past, not everybody, but there'll be a lot of people from your past that have hurt you and lied to you before. So there's this rucksack on the back that you carry forward that says, this is how people will always treat you. And the 9 is all about letting go of that rucksack so you're able to walk into opportunity. That's the 9 in higher frequency, the opportunity. In lower frequency, it's a very withdrawn energy, exactly the same kind of withdrawn as the 2. They feel different. The 2 feels more depressed. The 9 feels extremely emotional. But that withdrawal that they both experience is the same. They'll both remove themselves. They're not going to want to socialize with people. They don't want to go out. So when that inspired action comes of get to the supermarket and you don't know what's on your path, you don't know what opportunities are there, because the 2 and the 9 are both feelings of withdrawal, you might not get outside. But that's the whole thing about it, moving beyond what your ego says, moving beyond what this part of you believes of itself, and moving towards that part of yourself that trusts in the energy that you are, that trusts in the power that is. They will be your challenges. Learning patience will be the biggest challenge. Learning the patience to overcome the frustrated feeling, because once you get into that frustrated feeling, then it feels like nothing is working, and we get into the when is it going to happen, all the W's, where do I need to be, what do I need to do, how is this going to happen. It gets into all of that, and every question you ask, you feel more and more and more unable, because it all feels too overwhelming. And with the 2 that you don't feel that you're supported, and the 9 that it feels like even if somebody was there, they wouldn't be helping you. It feels like you're alone when you're not alone. You have a lot of support. Trust the signs and synchronicities is a big message. Trust the signs and synchronicities. Connect to the patience. Inspired actions. Move from a place of inspired actions. And trust in possibilities that are all around us. They will be the biggest challenges of 27. You've got this though. 27 is a beautiful age, because 2 is about being connected to your energetic self. The message for 2 is love is all around. So when you connect to that version of yourself, you will only feel love. The 7 is about trusting the universe. So if you trust the universe, it means you will see the signs and synchronicities. So you see the signs and synchronicities, you take the inspired action, whatever it is that you're manifesting will flow to you. And then the 9 is, from those manifestations, the opportunities will just be all around you. They'll be all over you. So it's a beautiful place to be, 27. When you're getting into that place of trusting. But it's a difficult place and a challenging place when you're not trusting. So they are the challenges of it.